Have you ever noticed the world spinning for just a moment when you stand up? This is not a coincidence. And it is definitely not something wrong with you. You were sitting, suddenly stood up, and for a few seconds, everything tilted slightly. Your vision went a little dark, and you immediately reached for something to hold. Most people brush this off immediately, say, "I stood up too fast," and continue from where they left off. But that brief dizziness is one of the most important signals your body sends you. And once you understand what it actually means, you will never ignore it the same way again. Here is exactly what is happening inside your body in that moment, and what it is telling you that is far more than you ever realized. Actually, everything starts with gravity. When you are sitting or lying down, your blood is distributed relatively evenly throughout your body. Your heart works at a comfortable pace, your blood vessels are relaxed. Everything is in a balanced and calm state. Then you suddenly stand up, and gravity reacts to your blood immediately. In the moment you rise, roughly half a liter of blood in your body gets pulled downward, toward your legs and lower abdomen, not slowly, within seconds. Your circulatory system, which was balanced and comfortable just a moment ago, suddenly has to deal with a significant shift in where all that blood just went. Your brain notices this instantly. It detects the drop in incoming blood. It immediately sends a signal. But here's the thing. Signals take time. The response takes time. And in that small window between your body detecting the problem and your body solving it, your brain is receiving slightly less blood than it needs. That is the dizziness. That is the darkness at the edges of your vision. That is the moment where you are not quite sure which way is steady. This is not a malfunction with your body. This is just a gap, a very small gap between a problem and its solution. And your body closes that gap every single time. So what exactly does your body do to fix it? The moment your brain detects the drop in blood flow, it sends signals through your nervous system to your heart and blood vessels. Your heart speeds up, starts beating faster to push more blood upward. Your blood vessels tighten. They constrict to raise your blood pressure and force blood toward your brain. The vessels in your legs squeeze down, pushing the blood that pooled there back into circulation. All of this happens within seconds. Without you understanding it, without you asking for it, your body simply detects the problem and solves it. Most of the time, this process works so fast that you feel nothing at all. You stand up hundreds of times a day and never notice a thing because the system works perfectly. But sometimes, the system runs just slightly behind, and in those moments you feel it. This is the reason for the dizziness you experience when you stand up. Your body's adjustment system running a few seconds late. So why does it run late sometimes? This is where it gets interesting, because there are several different reasons this happens, and most people have never heard any of them. The first reason is not drinking enough water. When your body is even mildly dehydrated, your blood volume drops. The amount of blood circulating through your system decreases. Less blood means your heart has to work harder to push it where it needs to go. And when you stand up, the system that normally compensates for the downward pull of blood struggles more to keep up. Research is clear on this. Even mild dehydration, the kind where you do not feel particularly thirsty, can significantly worsen dizziness when standing. And drinking just 1 or 2 glasses of water before standing up provides a measurable benefit. Your blood volume matters more than most people realize. The second reason is staying still for too long. When you sit or lie down for a long time, your body adapts to that position. The blood vessels in your legs relax and slightly expand. Your heart settles into a slower and easier rhythm. Your entire circulatory system gets comfortable. Then you suddenly stand up, and that comfortable system is not prepared for the shift. The response comes late. The adjustment takes longer. This is why dizziness, when first getting out of bed in the morning, is generally much more common. You have been lying still for hours. Your body was deeply settled, and standing up asks it to reorganize everything in a matter of seconds. The third reason is simply standing up too quickly. When you rise slowly, your body has time to begin making adjustments before you are fully upright. The heart starts speeding up. The vessels start tightening. By the time you are standing, the system has already partially compensated. When you stand up fast, there is no warning. The system has to catch up from behind instead of preparing in advance. This is one of the simplest things you can change, and the difference it makes is immediate. Now, there is something that most people never talk about. Your body's pressure regulation system is one of the oldest systems you have. It did not develop to handle office chairs and morning routines. It developed for a world where standing up suddenly meant something was happening, a threat, a reason to move, a reason to run. In that ancient context, blood rushing to your legs when you stood made perfect sense. Your legs needed it. You're about to use them. Your brain needed to stay sharp to assess whatever was happening around you. But this creates a tension. Blood cannot be in two places at once, cannot fully supply your legs for movement, and fully supply your brain for thinking at the exact same moment. So your body has to make a split-second decision every time you stand. How much goes down? How much stays up? How quickly does it rebalance? That negotiation, that moment of figuring it out, is what you feel as dizziness. You're not experiencing something going wrong. You're simply experiencing one of the small decisions your body makes every day without ever telling you. There is one more thing that almost nobody connects. Sleep affects this system more than almost anything else. During deep sleep, your body does something remarkable. It recalibrates your blood pressure and vascular system. It resets the sensitivity of the pressure sensors in your blood vessels. It essentially retrains the system overnight, so it can respond faster and more accurately the next day. When your sleep is disrupted or interrupted, this recalibration does not happen fully. The system starts the next day slightly less responsive than it should be, and that shows up as more pronounced dizziness when you stand. You have probably already noticed this without realizing it. On days after sleeping badly, the dizziness you feel when standing is generally stronger. This is not a coincidence. This is a direct consequence of what your body did not get to do overnight, and stress works the same way. Long-term stress keeps your body in a state of constant low-level alertness. Stress hormones have a direct effect on blood vessel tension. Over time, a system that is constantly slightly activated becomes less precise and less responsive to sudden changes. So when that dizziness happens, it is sometimes telling you something beyond just you stood up too fast. It might be telling you that you did not sleep well enough. It might be telling you that your body has been under too much pressure for too long. It might be telling you that something needs to change. So what can you actually do about it? Stand up more slowly. This is the simplest change, and the one that makes an immediate difference. Pause at the edge of your seat for a moment before rising. Give your system a few extra seconds to prepare. You will notice the difference almost instantly. Drink water consistently throughout the day, not just when you are thirsty. Thirst is a late signal. By the time you feel it, your blood volume has already dropped. Keeping yourself consistently hydrated keeps your blood volume stable and your pressure system working at its best. Move your legs before you stand. If you have been sitting or lying for a long time, flex your feet, press your heels down, tighten your leg muscles for a few seconds before you rise. This helps push blood that is pooled in your legs back into circulation before you stand, giving your heart a head start. Protect your sleep, not just the hours, but the quality. A body that gets to fully recalibrate overnight is a body whose systems respond faster and more accurately the next day. This applies directly to the dizziness you feel when standing. Pay attention to salt. This surprises most people. A little salt lowers blood pressure. Lower blood pressure means your system has to work harder to push blood upward when you stand. You do not need excessive amounts. But consistently, very low salt intake can make this problem noticeably worse. Most people will stand up thousands of times this week and never think about any of this. Every single time their body will run the same calculation, detect the same shift, make the same adjustments, protect the same brain. And on the days it runs perfectly, they will feel nothing at all. But on the days it runs a little behind, they will feel that familiar tilt, that brief darkening, that moment of reaching for something steady. This is not a weakness. This is not a problem with your age either. This is not something breaking down inside you. This is a system that has been protecting you, calculating, catching up, adjusting, and balancing throughout your entire life. Every time your head spins when you stand up, your body is not failing you. It is working. Maybe harder than usual. Maybe a little behind, but working. And now that you know what it is doing, you can work with it instead of against it. See you in my next video.